Hey everyone, it's Catherine, and today I'll be answering some of your questions. I love sitting down and talking with you all, so I thought this would be a perfect way to kind of get into that before I do some more edited or prepared videos. But this is going to be great, and I got all of my questions from my Instagram post I posted yesterday, which is, I know, super bold to post a Q&A on Instagram. So that's where I got all my questions this time. I'm posting a little more regularly on Instagram, so follow me at Katherout if you want to be able to ask me questions for the next Q&A. First question is from Transpose, and she said ice cream or cookies, which is a very hard question because I am literally addicted to sugar, but if I could choose, I would have ice cream between cookies. Opal L says favorite DCI corps, and do you know anyone in DCI?
Blue Devils!
Sure, let's go with that. Isabel Castro 99 says, what's your favorite TV show? And I'd have to say that The Mindy Project is my favorite TV show just because, actually, Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt or The Mindy Project, like Tina Fey created or Mindy Kaling created. You cannot go wrong with that. Parks and Rec is also way up there because Amy Poehler created it. So, yeah, I'd have to say those three, probably my tops. Offia Brady asks, do you like Harry Potter? And of course I love Harry Potter. I have a Deathly Hallows necklace, and I've also come to the realization lately that I'm potentially a Slytherin and not a Ravenclaw, which is a huge life change because apparently I'm more ambitious than I am erudite or into academia and books and stuff, which I'm kind of okay with, but never knew that about myself, so life change. Lizzie Rager says, what's your favorite TV show to telebinge on Netflix at the moment? I like the term telebinge. That's really cool. Sounds British. And I really don't have time to binge anything on Netflix, but I have been slowly working through Mad Men up to season 7. So if I am on Netflix, I pretty much have to watch Mad Men so that I can get through it, so that I can move on to Breaking Bad. Rucha478 says, what is your favorite comfort food and do you cook? My favorite comfort food are those easy to bake holiday cookies. I just had the Halloween ones and now they have the turkey ones out, so those are by far what I crave the most or just always want at all times. And do I cook? I try to. Again, I'm usually not home at 6 or 7 or 8 the normal dinner time. It does take time to cook, so generally I will eat off campus or eat at one of my clubs or something, but I do cook probably 2 to 3 days a week. Clee15 says, what's your motivation for studying when you seriously don't feel like doing work? That is such a hard mood to be in. I would say first, changing my music up. So I'll go to SoundCloud and listen to my girl Sarah's SoundCloud playlist. I'll link that down below. Or I'll go to my Spotify and go on the Browse tab and find a new playlist. Or I'll listen to, my favorite album right now is called We Love Disney, and it's a bunch of different artists like Janae Aiko, Ariana Grande, Jessie J, Gwen Stefani, all covering Disney charts, So that album is a huge uplift, and coming up I'll be listening to Christmas music, which is also very uplifting. The Main Street music for Disneyland, an hour-long loop of that's very uplifting. But basically, if I can't get started doing something, I read on Tumblr this quote that was just do something for 2 minutes, and if you can't bring yourself to do it for 2 minutes, you can just stop and not do it if you really don't want to do it that bad. But honestly, you can get through 2 minutes of doing it, and then you're just kind of on a roll, and you generally get more of it done than if you just sat there. Rachel Hart says, what toppings do you like on pizza? And I almost every single time I get pizza, I get barbecue chicken, so barbecue sauce, chicken, cilantro, whatever comes on the barbecue chicken pizza, that's my favorite topping. Macho Marbles, which is my girl Marley, asked, most embarrassing moment, spill the beans. And I tried to pre-think of an embarrassing moment because off the top of my head I can't really think of anything, but I have to say one of the most embarrassing moments in my recent memory was when I was in China and it was pouring rain that day, and every single time I would come home from my daily commute, I would kind of try to walk faster than I had the day before, or try to beat my personal best time. That's where the Slytherin ambitious thing comes into play. But this day it was really wet, and I wasn't wearing rain boots because I hadn't brought rain boots to China. Or did I bring rain boots to China? No, I didn't. And there was a crosswalk, and to jump over a puddle at the end of the street, I jumped over it and took a longer step, and I slipped and fell, and I landed on my butt, and I was wearing a dress that day, and the dress came up, and there was a bunch of traffic, so all these Chinese people saw my everything. I just fell, and it was so embarrassing. I got up and my entire dress was wet, the butt was really dirty, and I never saw any of those people again, so it wasn't that embarrassing, but that was a very demoralizing moment. Rachel Udebe says, how much do you love me? If you answer the question right, I'll hook you up with an EVK muffin. And I really like muffins, so I love you to Tommy Trojan and back. Number 4, Smiley says, is it hard being a YouTuber? And honestly, it is hard to be a YouTuber, especially when you're a full-time college student or you're working full-time, because I don't have just all my time to devote to making a schedule and planning out videos, and it's really, really hard to find time to film and edit and everything. So it's really hard on me because I really love doing it and I want to do it at all times, but I can't always find the time to do it. Someone said, how's your sophomore year going? What classes are you taking this semester? This semester I'm taking a business communications course, kind of dealing with public speaking and resume and interview prep. I'm also taking an accounting course, which is the death of me. I'm also taking a marketing fundamentals class, which has some awesome real life applications, but it's really, really hard to do well in that class. I'm taking a yoga class, and I'm taking a linguistics course for a general education credit. And they said, how's your sophomore year going? It is so busy. I feel like every single semester gets busier and busier, and this one especially is a lot to balance and negotiate and control because I've added more clubs to my schedule, but I don't know. I still feel really, really enriched and benefited by being on campus every day, which I like. Last question I'll answer for today asked a very sweet question, and she just said, how are you and how's school? So Kimberly, I'm doing pretty well, I'd have to say. My day yesterday was really, really busy, and I honestly didn't have free time from 11 to 9 p.m. I didn't have more than 3 minutes to myself. So that's basically how I am. It's a lot of staying on top of everything, and if you need one clue of how I am right now, you should honestly just look at my closet because it's in a state of disarray. It's really bad. It's awful. As always, like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you want to see more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Katherout.